Hey there, I wanted to give a little tutorial on how I created the box lid for the gift card note set. I'm using an 8.5 by 11 acetate laminate sheet from Scrapbook Adhesives. I'm peeling that sticky part away from the acetate layer and then trimming it down to 8.5 by 11 because you do have some edges before you cut this. So I've cut it down to 8.5 by 11, placed it on my scoreboard, and now I'm going to score at 4.5. And you may need a stylus or something a little bit sharper to go through the acetate because it is pretty thick. And next I'm going to score at 6.5. And I'm going to flip this around and score at 1 inch. And then at 7.5 inches. So that makes it 1 inch from each side. And when this is folded over, you'll actually have 2 inches with those 1 inch sides. Okay, so next I'm just taking a pair of pretty sturdy scissors and cutting into the inside where the horizontal lines and the vertical lines meet. So you'll just have really basically a 1 inch by 2 inch little square that you will cut there. You won't cut it out because this will be the tab, but you will need to make some cuts into it there. Okay, now that I have everything folded in, I am going to use a extreme double-sided tape. This also happens to be from Scrapbook Adhesives. To glue the sides together, I'm just using a small piece of tape along that little 1 by 2 tab. Looking back though, I wish that I had made it about 1 inch wide, the tape part, instead of all the way across, just so you wouldn't see that. I did come back and cover around the edge and top of the acetate with a strip of scrapbook paper. So just keep that in mind when you start putting this together, if you want that glue to show or not. And here I'm just showing how this fits neatly down into the box. And I did fold my envelope tabs down, so that did fit on there. Did look better than that in the end. And I'll walk through. I will do a complete walkthrough at the end of the video, but here are the envelopes that I did. I did use a A2 template to make these from some of the solid papers, and they're double-sided with different colors on each side, so they turned out really cute. And here's just a walkthrough. This is the completed project. There's that strip of paper there on the top that I was telling you about. I just used a little bit of tape to secure that on the bottom edge and then just wrapped it around and then decorated it really pretty there on the front. I used some of the older square alpha stickers to spell out the words on the front. There's what the acetate top looks like. And then inside are these stack of 6. I made 6 A2, which are 4 1/4 by 5.5 note cards, and a little band. I just used a little strip of the leftover paper and just wrapped it around and then secured with a piece of tape and embellished with a sticker on top. And then here I have used 3 layers, a matte and then a smaller matte, and then added that with some foam adhesive, and then used the cut apart 3x4 journal cards, made them a little bit smaller and just added those to the top too. So that gives them a pretty little background to work with. Okay, and then next up we have because the envelopes aren't sealed on the back, I wanted to make some seals so that when you put this in the mail or that you give this the flap secured. So again, I just used some of the adhesive sheets from Scrapbook Adhesives, a 1.5 inch punch, and then just layered the sticker sheet onto the back of the paper and then punched them out. Then I put them in a little clear bag and then made a little topper for that and just spelled out seals on the top. And then the envelopes again, I used the pretty simple vintage stamps and then colored the fronts in with different colors of Prismacolor colored pencils. I used a ruler and a pen just to draw on the lines. That's optional if you want to give them a place to address that, but I did kind of move all the stamped images over to the left hand side so they'd have plenty of room to address. Again, those are A2 size envelopes. And then for the fun part, I made 3 different packets of 2 embellishments. These are the toppers for the cards, so that they can just remove these as they want. For each of the note cards, I used different leftover papers to die cut different shapes and then just layered with stickers and chipboard, some enamels, a little bit of ribbon. And then I attached them in the package with just a removable, repositionable glue dot so they could just easily remove that from the packet. And then there's the box again. I just trimmed with a little bit of palm trim. I used a hot glue gun just to add that palm trim around the edge of that. There's the inside. You can see I did go ahead and decorate the inside of the box. And then everything just fits back in nice and neat. You can give it just as it is or put it inside a gift bag or box. And then again, that lid just slides down into the box there to kind of squeeze the sides together. And it just slides right there in place. And then at the end of the video, you'll see all the close-up pictures of the project. Thank you so much for dropping by, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you.